A huge piece of new info has surfaced for Spider-Man 2 that, honestly, I did not expect. On top of that, with just 2 days to go until the special day for Spider-Man 2, we have received an important announcement that is absolutely crucial you do beforehand. And there is also one Marvel Spider-Man 2 feature that has not been seen since the Ultimate Spider-Man game. And lastly, what an expanded New York City actually means for this game, including some brand new features that, well, you might not actually be aware of, and trust me, it's going to get you even more excited. Tons to get through. If you could leave a like, it helps a ton, but turn that into a dislike if you get to the end and did not enjoy the video. So before we get into the important announcement, a huge piece of new info has surfaced for the game, specifically thanks to the creative director's speech at the Summer Game Fest. Now in a nutshell, it is regarding Kraven and how we know he's here to hunt, but specifically how he's there to hunt all of the Marvel characters that live in New York, and not just Peter and Miles, but quote unquote others. Now notice how he said characters as opposed to heroes. Well, this is where the plot thickens, and it went over so many people's heads, but now that the information is coming to light, well, things get very interesting. Now, the Iron Man VR game is actually connected to Insomniac's Spider-Man, which is very crazy, but it's actually a real thing. And after the Devil's Breath incident, he threatened that he'll actually have to deal with Norman himself if anything happens again, even an attempt. So, with Brian, the creative director for the game, teasing quote unquote how Kraven is there for all the Marvel characters, not just Miles and Peter, but quote unquote again, others, there may be a very good chance that we actually have an Iron Man cameo of some kind, or Wolverine. Both are realistic, Wolverine in particular because of course they are actually developing that game, but the point still stands. And this is where the twist actually thickens even more, because there's a whole theory that Norman can actually be Venom. I mean, hey, it's all possible, right? But in terms of a cameo, are we actually talking about combat? Are we actually seeing a fight go down? I mean, that is where the sky is the limit. Now, one Marvel Spider-Man 2 feature has not been seen since the Ultimate Spider-Man game, so that is going all the way back to 2005, and that is a feature thanks to Queens being implemented into the game, and a lot of people overlook it. So, unlike the tall skyscrapers and the high-rises of Manhattan, the Queensboro in the Ultimate Spider-Man game, as that was literally the last game to have actually included Queens, it basically populated primarily with small two-story houses, which basically required a complete different approach to how you actually navigate in that specific area. Now, video game logic will play a role here, but if we're talking about difficulty and challenges, we can't just swing mindlessly through Queens, right? Instead, we'd actually have to use our web zip and basically jump abilities efficiently to clear the shorter buildings, which of course would be significantly harder when we are in combat. And that's where it gets very exciting. Now, with only 2 days left, there is an important announcement that every person should prepare for, but before we continue, I've got a super cool sponsor, so let's roll the ad and then we'll continue. Today's video is sponsored by Bloodline Heroes of Lifers. Now, this game has one of the most unique gacha gameplays that I've ever seen, and it looks great visually as well, but wait until you hear about the twist in the gameplay, because it literally blew me away, just like when I found out it was a free-to-play game that you can download right now using my link in the description, of a code that you see on screen that also gives you an amazing starter pack worth $20. And now is the best time to join this game, as this is the month of Bloodline's anniversary, which started on the 1st of June and is running until June 28th, and they are giving away tons of rewards all month long. You can claim 10 free summons, 3,000 diamonds, and abundant resources simply by just logging in every day. Now, the game also introduces a new bloodline every fortnight, but not just by summoning, but by breeding with other companions. You can create over 1,000 unique fantasy hybrids and expand your lineup and matchmaking strategies by blending two bloodlines of your choice to personalize your champions. Now, these hybrids inherit traits, talents, and unique appearances from from both family trees, resulting in an endless array of possibilities. Now you can check out the newest bloodline just released on June 1st, which is the Titan Warriors, and they are the enforcers of the Iron Will of Olympus. Also, the Nine-Tailed Vulpins, who come from an eastern land of mysterious power. Don't miss your chance to go ahead and summon them. You can also purchase skins with very sleek designs to further customize your champions. All players can also obtain uniquely designed Hybrids champions and Bloodcraft legends by earning points in seasonal guild wars, and you can actually build your own kingdom and economy with strategic gameplay, another great feature that this game has. Now, new bloodlines and legendary hybrids are constantly being released into the game, so the possibilities are endless for you to seek out the greatest hybrid to actually suit your style. Now, download the game now for free on both Android and iOS by using my link in the description, or scan the QR code which you can see on screen, because you will get the anniversary starter pack, which is worth $20 by using that, which gets you 1 random champion plus 1 summoning crystal, 100,000 gold and 100 diamonds. And the first 30 players who leave their in-game account ID and username in the first pinned comment section below will receive a free legendary female Titan Warriors, which is one of the best warriors to carry you in the game. I'm sorry for your addiction in advance, because it's real addicting once you get playing, so go ahead and download it now with the QR code on screen or the link in the description below. Now, to pre-order Spider-Man 2 in 2 days, in case you were not aware, it will be a PlayStation Direct only, which, if you know how that works, you're probably already gearing up. Now, Aaron Jason, who is the Advanced Senior Community Manager at Insomniac Games, tweeted the following: "If you are in the US and want the Spider-Man 2 PS5 Collector's Edition, it will be available on PlayStation Direct only. Pre-orders go live for all of us in the US at 7 AM PT, 10 AM ET on June 16th. They will sell fast, so make sure you are planning towards this date and at this site." Now, the queues are no doubt going to be ridiculously long on the site, and you would definitely not want to lose connection, nor even buffer, so be very strategic on your timing, because I know so many people are completely overlooking it, and well, they're going to go very, very quick. Now, does this also mean we are seeing a brand new trailer potentially at 10 AM on Thursday, or just the day in general? Well, that's been a big talking point these past few days. With the game in full marketing mode, it only logically makes sense, specifically from a marketing perspective, to release footage of the perks of actually pre-ordering the game. So the new trailer I'm anticipating to see will probably show a glimpse of both Peter and Miles with their suits with the capes, which is the one you actually get just from pre-ordering, and then for the deluxe, where we of course have 5 new suits for each Spider-Man. Now, what would be great to see at that point is actually the customization interface or menu where we actually change suits, so maybe like a quick 10 to 15 second snippet of both Spider-Man just like spinning around in a circle changing outfits. I think that would be great and also serve its purpose perfectly. Now, what an expanded New York City could actually mean for Marvel Spider-Man 2. When you really think about it, this is huge. Not just literally, but I mean, let me explain. From a density standpoint within locations, that plays a massive role, generally speaking. So, for example, Queens and Brooklyn look and feel quite different from Manhattan. So, from a gameplay perspective, it would be great to see and have the atmosphere change. Example, going from the hustle and bustle of busy Manhattan to a noticeable change of pace in the other boroughs. But also, with these being added, this does mean that exploration, as far as that goes as a factor, has increased significantly, as of course there needs to be a reason that you actually want to go to these locations more than just once to explore. But also knowing how Miles and Peter have their own content specifically for them, it does actually make you wonder if you will need to go back to these places more than once due to certain things only being discoverable when you're basically one or the other. But what we do know, however, is that they have added it. What am I talking about? Well, go ahead and check out the video that you see on screen right now.